In the summer of 1877, a reburial detail is brought out under Captain Michael Sheridan's command. Custer is disinterred, or what was left of him, taken back to West Point, where he's buried today alongside of his wife Elizabeth, other officers disinterred and buried in the east. After the battle, 6 months later, Sitting Bull goes to Canada with the band. He stays up there for 5 years. When he returns in 1881, he's arrested and placed on a reservation, but allowed to tour with Buffalo Bill Cody in the Wild West show. He's often seen in New York, Chicago, Baltimore, handing money out on street corners to orphans. He can't figure out how can anybody be allowed to starve in a nation that has everything. On a cold December dawn in 1890, just 2 weeks prior to the Wounded Knee fight, Sitting Bull is arrested on the reservation by Indian police officers. He's drug out of his cabin. An argument breaks out, and then a gunfight. He's shot in the back of the head and killed, his body thrown into a pit with a sack of lime. This battle shattered lives. Crazy Horse, a year after this fight, surrenders at Fort Robinson, Nebraska. His people have been hunted, hounded, and harassed. The women are freezing. The children are starving, and they are out of hope. Crazy Horse stabbed in the back with a bayonet, dead for refusing to go into a guardhouse. Major Marcus Reno will be blamed almost immediately after this battle. Criticized, condemned, accused of cowardice and dereliction of duty. Reno asked for a court of inquiry in 1879 to attempt to clear his name. After the proceedings, he's found not culpable, but the criticism rages on. He crawls deeper inside of a bottle to try to drown his demons, but of course they only multiply. He's finally kicked out of the service, stripped of all military rank and dignity for alcoholism and drunken behavior. He dies in a Washington, D.C. hospital all alone at the age of 54 from tongue cancer, buried in a pauper's grave. Then in 1967, his family will petition the Army to readdress his court-martial conviction. It's overturned. He's disinterred, brought out here. And in 1967, he's laid to rest with full military honors. He rests today beneath the flagpole below the vaunted. Captain Benteen will also succumb to the scourge of Little Bighorn. He dies a bitter and twisted alcoholic, forced to resign his military commission for drunkenness. He dies at the age of 64 of a stroke, buried in Arlington National Cemetery today. Ladies and gentlemen, this was war. Today, it's quiet once again. The rage of battle long gone. Today there's a tranquility here. 220 soldiers scraped up off of the battlefield 5 years after the fight, buried underneath the mass grave on top of the hill. Across the street, the Indian Memorial, dedicated in 2003 to the warriors and tribes who fought here in a desperate attempt to save their very way of life. Long overdue. That memorial has done a great deal to quell the anger and bitterness and resentment that existed between Indian people and white people for over 100 years here. And behind us, a national cemetery with 5,000 veterans and their family members from the Indian War period, Spanish-American War, World War I, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Folks, this is hallowed ground. You can feel this place. It'll speak with you.